Georgia football just got great news as a new report opens the door for a former dog to return home, and we got to break it all down. What's up, guys? I'm Matt Long. Welcome to Georgia Football 365. Before we jump into the video for today, I have to say thank you for 1,000 subscribers. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I appreciate each and every single person who decides to hit that subscribe button, help me out, decides to leave a positive comment. The comment section on these videos, so overwhelmingly positive each and every single time. So thank you guys so much, but I got to throw it up. Only 10.2% of viewers are subscribed to the channel. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, maybe it's your first time watching, please hit that subscribe button because it does help me out a ton, and we're building an awesome community over here. But let's jump right into what we have for today because we got a new Georgia update. The Bulldogs just got great news, like I said in the opener. Let's jump right into it. Coming from Kip Adams of 24/7 Sports, who writes, college football had more chaos injected into the offseason on Friday when U.S. District Judge Charlotte Sweeney granted a preliminary injunction on the NCAA's 5-year eligibility rule and granted a 5th year for all class of 2022 prospects. On Saturday, a former Georgia player entered his name into the mix. Per CBS Sports college football insider Chris Hummer, safety JaCorey Thomas plans to return for a 5th season. After not being selected in the 2026 NFL Draft, Thomas participated in minicamp with the Carolina Panthers this offseason. Thomas played in 14 games for Georgia during the 2025 season with 8 starts and made 45 tackles and 26 solo stops. In 47 career games at Georgia, Thomas had 63 tackles, with his first career tackle coming in the 2023 College Football Championship win over TCU. Thomas signed with Georgia as a 4-star prospect coming out of Orlando, Florida Boone in the 2022 recruiting class. So we are now living in a world where judges decide what goes on within college football. It's a mess. No one really knows what's going on, but we know that we're about to get some real college football pretty soon here. The Georgia Bulldogs return to camp in just a couple days here, so pretty soon we are going to be able to block out the off-the-field conversations, the legal issues, all the other stuff that college football is unfortunately currently entrenched in, and we can get excited to watch the Georgia Bulldogs take on another SEC schedule in hopes of winning another SEC championship and hopefully another national championship. And today we are hearing that a former dog is looking to return home in JaCorey Thomas. Would certainly be a bonus for the Georgia Bulldogs. I know he was not able to make a run of it in the NFL, but that doesn't mean that he can't come back to Georgia and still be a game changer. JaCorey Thomas has racked up some starts in the last couple years for the Bulldogs and can be a veteran presence for this defense. When it comes to players in the secondary, you always want guys that know not only where they're supposed to be, but all of their other teammates are supposed to be. And a guy like JaCorey Thomas, who's already been in this system for multiple years, he's going to be able to help out all the young guys and even some of the older guys in making sure everyone is in the right spots, making sure there aren't coverage busts on the back end. Georgia has a tremendously large defensive line. We want to force other teams to try to run the football against us. Those other teams, they're going to be looking for easy one-play touchdowns because it's tough to sustain a long 13, 14, 15-play drive against the Georgia Bulldogs. They're going to be looking for those one-play touchdowns. You got to have veteran defensive backs who are always in the right positions defensively, for themselves and for the other teammates on the field. So bringing back a veteran is a big-time upgrade for Georgia, not only X's and O's wise, but leadership wise as well. JaCorey Thomas can elevate everybody around him. So excited if JaCorey Thomas is able to get himself, back in playing shape, which you have to imagine it's not that far removed from after camp with the Carolina Panthers, where he unfortunately was not able to carve out a role for himself. Now the Georgia Bulldogs are set for an upgrade. But speaking of upgrades, the recruiting season is coming to an end, but we do have some names that we have to be paying attention to. All of these names are likely going to be coming to Athens, Georgia for visits this year. And we have a bunch of names that the Georgia Bulldogs are currently one of the top 3 schools to land, names that we want to make sure we know them because we're going to hear a lot more about them. Right before we get into the real full swing of things, we want to make sure we can empty the notebook on all the stuff I've been hearing. I always try to bring in these videos absolutely everything that I hear to make sure the community can be as informed as we possibly can be. And that starts with Kevin Hartsfield, who is the consensus #1 running back in the class of 2028. Now, it is worth mentioning Georgia already has Kamon Spell committed, who is the #1 running back in the 2027 class. Hartsfield plus Kamon Spell would put together maybe one of the best, if not the best, running back tandems in the history of college football. So that would be super exciting. Hartsfield, running back, 6 feet tall, 208 pounds, from Covington, Georgia, rated as a 4-star by 24/7 Sports. As the #1 running back in the country, you would hope that rating is going to be updated next year to see maybe this upgrades into a 5-star guy. But Hartsfield is a tremendous running back recruit, and the Bulldogs have the idea of pairing 2 top running backs. We're going to see if Kirby Smart can pull that off. Georgia is a great spot to be a running back in the college football landscape because you're going to compete at the highest level, be developed at the highest level, a ton of NFL running backs coming from Georgia, and you're going to be running behind a humongous, amazing, fantastic, dominant offensive line when you come to the Georgia Bulldogs. Let's jump into our next name here. This is going to be Jaleel Goley, another Georgia player coming from Gainesville, Georgia. 6'1", 175-pound cornerback, rated a 4-star according to 24/7 Sports and according to our consensus rankings. Goley is ranked inside the top 40 consensus, 5th best quarterback in the class consensus, 6th best player in the state of Georgia. You have to imagine the Bulldogs are going to be in on anybody ranked inside the top 20, probably, or in the state of Georgia. You can probably expand that generalization to even farther. Georgia is going to be going for all the top players in our state because that's exactly what top programs usually do. Let's jump into our next name here. This is going to be Amari Joshua, coming from Powder Springs, Georgia. This time he's an offensive tackle, 6'6", 290 pounds, rated as a 4-star according to 24/7 Sports and inside 24/7 Sports' top 100 rankings. But unfortunately, I'm going to say unfortunately because he's ranked lower in the consensus, but inside the top 200 is a tremendous recruit. So Joshua is ranked in the top 100 for 24/7, just inside the top 200 consensus. He is one of the top offensive tackle prospects in the class of 2028, and Georgia is trending to be one of the top schools in his recruitment. Jumping into the final name of this video is going to be Miles Tate from Atlanta, Georgia. He's an edge rusher, 6'3", 225 pounds, ranked as a top 150 player consensus, 4th best, or a 4-star recruit, ranked as a top 20 edge rusher in the country, top 20 player in the state of Georgia. Miles Tate figures to be another top recruit who is going to be joining a group of a lot of top recruits going to be taking visits to Athens, Georgia this upcoming football season, and we can't wait to see him. Hopefully the Bulldogs win every single game that these recruits are at, and they win every single game that these recruits are not at. I'm planning on going undefeated this year. That's what I got for this video. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video all the way through. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Go Dogs!